Asato ma satgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityurma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. O Divine Mother, hold our hand, take us from unreal to real, to the reality of this samsara, from darkness of ignorance to the wisdom of knowledge and light of understanding. Take us from death to immortality. Om, peace, peace, peace. Jai Guru. Welcome everyone. Welcome to our Thursday, a small mini session for us to revoke our thinking processes weekly, twice a day, Thursday and Sunday for a long session. Welcome. Think about it. Reflect upon it. You see, today, we are not realizing it. We all want happiness. We all want to be smart and intelligent. We all want success. But success is not standing first in the class or first in the organization or, having abundance of money. It just so happens that when you are successful, all those things will come to you. But if you're just wanting to be above the other, standing first in the class, in other words, what are you expecting? You're expecting the others to be second. In other words, pushing it down is bringing yourself up. Is it success or is it sickness? Think about it. What is the process then? Bring everybody up with you to that gradation where everybody is standing at a top level. Some may not, but you have made the effort to bring up. Even if you and I bring one more person, you will be successful. Death to immortality. Alexander the Great, before dying, he said, please put my body into a coffin with my hands out. People should see my hand. And there should be a message written in the epitaph that the Lord of the universe, the monarch of the universe, when he died, even he did not have anything in his hand which he carried with him. So powerful a message. And you and I are procuring wealth and various innuendos. Certainly, go ahead and procure them for the welfare of the family, children, parents, poor people. Go ahead, but bring up everybody along with you and be like the lotus, where the lotus flower is always available. For the honeybees and the wasps come from miles away to sip the nectar, be rich with the honey of the lotus, and fly back again miles away. Lotus doesn't lose anything. It in fact spreads its, the perfume and the message of the giving. Lotus, but is growing in the samsara, is the muddy track from the dirty, murky water. If you have ever been to a lotus pond, I have. And it was an amazing visit. I was wearing this kind of a white clothes and I was going to Satya Sai Baba in Shirdi. On the way, we found thousands of lotus flowers and one pond pass and second pond pass. I said, so many ponds, why don't I stop by and pick up a few flowers? Ask the local urchin boy, give him little money, he'll pluck it for us and take it. We stopped the cars. We were quite a few of us, about almost 8-9 cars and about 42 devotees we were going along. So, and then I looked around, no boy was to be found. So I decided I will go down myself. I said, it's okay, I will go down. And I am a good swimmer. So I went down and down and down. And eventually I found my foot. By then the water was up to the neck. In the lotus pond, the pond is not like this, like a normal river bed or a pond. It is straight down because it is man-made, cut down straight and filled with earthy black loam soil. I didn't realize it. I picked up 5-6 lotus, gave it to the other devotee standing on the bank, And then as I was picking up myself, lo behold, my whole body was filled with dirty black loam soil, thick like a glue sticking to the body in my white clothes. So what to do now? People said, sir, we will buy on the way one more clothes from some shop. We were leaving early in the morning, 6:37. By the time we reached Shirdi, it was 7:30. I said, where? It's okay. I went around throughout the day with that soil, but I remembered that message. So similarly, be like the lotus. It is in the samsara. Samsara is got lots of that garbage. What is the garbage in the samsara? You know, Ananda Mahima, a great mystic of her time, is a Bengali lady, came from Bangladesh and lived in India. She's got in Pune, there is a big ashram of Ananda Mahima next to the university. Ananda Mahima used to say, you know, in Hindi and in Bengali, samsara is called dunya. Dunya. Dunya, as you know in Hindi and in Bengali it is meaning the one where there is two. That is dunya. And dunya is what? Suffering, sickness, disease, misery. You are you, I am me. And just think of it. This you are you and I am me came from where? I put a name to me and a gender and a form and a function. This is me. So the moment I put a name to myself, I'm separate from you and the rest of the world. And that is dunya, that is samsara. Samsara, Krishna is telling Arjuna, duksha sarvasar. What is the duksha? Duksha is that mind which creates the name and the differences. And this is why our mind is so restless. All the time, our mind is just searching. And mind is equipped with the beautiful five senses. Senses are going outwards to grab the world and bring it to us. And the world is bringing in distraction from outside. And this is why, to still the mind, to realize that Brahman is the path to silence the mind, to reach the Brahman. Understanding the reality of the consciousness, Chaitanya, Brahman, Ishvara, God, is nothing else but to go beyond the mind. And this is why we practice mindfulness meditation, Vedantic meditation, is to still the mind. Now, what happens when you still the mind? Basically, Brahman, Chit, or consciousness is beyond jada, beyond objects. What is an experience? Experience, recollect our earlier sessions, object and consciousness. Anything in this universe is an object, and everything else is because of the subject. The objects are created our last week's sessions, remember? It is the consciousness which is subject alone has created everything of the universe. So, what is object? A very famous Arindam Chakraborty, Harvard University professor, he says, object is that, definition of object is that which objects to the consciousness, meaning it stands out and light of the consciousness falls on it and it illuminates as an object. This cup, you see it, why? Because the light falls on it and the light goes and creates an image in your pupil, in your cup, and the eye itself, tiny particle of electricity sends it to the brain sends it to the mind, and if the mind is not a 1-2 year old and an older mind says this is the cup. Now, think for a second. When you still the mind, when the mind is still, the mind goes beyond existence or non-existent. It becomes nameless. It becomes contentless. Like a bucket of water, being still, Vivekananda say, the mud settles down, thought processes settle down. This is why we practice those stilling of the mind. So today is basically is how to silence the mind. Now, there are many methods of silencing the mind. And to understand, we are paying attention to the wrong thing. Recollect from earlier, our mind has got basically 16 parts, but I will not get into the 16 parts of the mind. That's a deeper science of the yoga. I'll give you the outline of the 4 parts, which you and I, we are all very familiar with. Number 1 is ego. I am my name, my identity. I'm separate from you. And ego is covering us and separating everybody, which is dunya. Dunya. Ego. Then intellect. With the intellect, we, buddhi, we, decipher, cross-section of the world and, collect the data with the dunya. With the memory. Memory is the third function. And we remember a lot of things which intellect has collected and make our present. Memory is past, present is experience. I experience the world with the object that memory collects. You say, no, wait. Object is something which is solid, which is a matter. Think. Vedanta says anything that objects to the consciousness, your mind, your thought, your love, your hatred, your anger, your jealousy, everything is an object to the consciousness. Consciousness alone is subject, which creates everything of the universe. Subject alone. And you hear, no? God has created this universe. God is in everything. Where is this everything? This consciousness is in everyone. And samsara, from there, when the stillness of the mind takes place, what happens? Silencing the mind, it takes you to the stillness. When you're still, mud settles down like a bucket of water. Thought processes go down. Your mind becomes clear. And clear to realize that supreme reality is the consciousness. You see that light within you. And slowly you become the light. When you become the light, you are Paramahamsa. So it reminds me of a beautiful story. Father came back from a little town to the village. Son has never seen a movie. There was no television. Little while ago. Because today's days you can't think of a child who has not seen a movie. Now, child, father says, come on. I have 2 days holiday. I'll take you for tomorrow Sunday to see a movie in the nearest in the village town. And he tells him, let's say it was about Mahabharata. He talks about Krishna, Arjuna, chariot, soldiers fighting, talks to them stories. Boy is very excited. Next day, they go, when they enter the picture hall, unfortunately the picture is already started. And father had told the boy, when you enter, you will see a white screen. And in that white screen, light will go from on top of your head. You will see the light. And then the picture will come on the screen and you will see the picture. Now when the boy enters, movie is already running. So, he is engrossed in the movie for some time. Just like you and I. Which is that movie? That movie is the samsara. And he is watching the movie. Most of us are so engaged in the samsara, so engaged in the movie, we forget to ask, forget to reflect. But the boy, after a while, he thinks, father had told me there will be a white screen and then there will be picture onto the screen. Where is the white screen? So he said, Baba, Dad. He said, what? Where is the screen? He said, there in front of you. He said, which one? The Krishna is the screen? He said, no, behind him. He said, behind him is Arjuna. Arjuna is the screen. He said, no, behind him. He said, behind him is the chariot. Chariot is the screen. He said, no, behind him He said, behind meaning those soldiers, the sky. He said, no, no, no. How is the father going to explain to the child where is the screen? Because there is always object. And you know what has happened to you and I? The moment we are born, our movie has already started. And we are already given a name. By the time we come to some kind of realization with our mind, consciousness is already there with us. Mind is also there with us. But the mind gets a data which we start to realize, this is Bubu Ahe, this is Baba, this is Mia, this is, light, tekul light. We get data from our mothers and grandmas. And then only we start to put things into the name. And our movie is already started. We are engrossed in the movie. Forget to still our mind and want to look at the screen. The screen, without the screen, there is no movie. Where is the Brahman? Without the consciousness, without the Brahman, there is no movie. And the only way to know now is interval. Interval happens, the white light comes on, and the movie stops, and father says, see, that's the screen. Now the boy has seen the screen. Now just imagine, Guru teaches you and me, that is the light which is in you. And this is what is our journey every Sunday, to see that light. Now he goes and eats popcorns and whatever, and he comes back. Now what is it? Look at it carefully. The boy, now when he's seeing the movie, he knows that the movie is not real. It is only a picture on the screen. You and I, when we still our mind, when we go ahead and understand, go beyond the mind, we know this samsara is the movie. Be then like that lotus flower I talked to you about. Purnamada Purnamidam. I am Purnam, everything is Purnam. And when Purnam is taken away from Purnam, Purnam alone remains. Consciousness alone is everywhere and everything and everyone. Last week I covered that lecture about how consciousness is experienced in this table or in that class. Now, when you realize and you become Paramahamsa Buddha, you are still in the movie. You still got a name, form, function. But you now know that everybody else is nothing else but a movie. And you know it is the light which is giving life to everyone, including your waking state, Jagrat, your dream sleep state, three existence in our life, isn't it? Jagrat, Sopna, Sushupti, deep sleep, and the Turiya consciousness. Mandakya Upanishad, recollect our sessions earlier. So the Paramhamsa Buddha realizes that everything in Jagrat state is powered by consciousness. Dream sleep state is consciousness. In deep sleep, my mind has gone off to sleep. I do not experience anything. My mind is still, but I am not experiencing Brahman. Why? But the Brahman itself is making you realize, when you wake up from deep sleep, I was in deep sleep. That is the experience we are getting because of the Brahman. But now you know, it is like a TV screen in today's modern days. A movie is running. TV screen is untouched by that movie. That light within you is untouched with the samsara, dunya. When you still your mind, you reach to that. All right, so how do I still the mind? So, yoga process, Raja Yoga, Patanjali Yoga Sutra is saying, Mano Buddhi Chitta Ahankar La Aham, and Chitta Vritti Duksha Nirodha. When you silence your mind, your suffering goes away. I am not the mind, not the body, not the name, not the form. Chidananda Rupoham Shivoham Shivoham. I am that consciousness, Chit Shivoham. By the way, Mahashivratri is coming on 8th of March. Don't forget to fast that day. It will be a nice experience. It's a very powerful experience. Now, getting back to the topic, okay? So now what is it? You are realizing I am that light, silent mind. This is through the yogic process, Raja Yoga, through the breathing, through the meditation, through the Nama Japa, you are experiencing that I am that. Now, there is another process. You have to still your mind, stop thinking everything. And generally, the teachers in the yoga classes will say, Hilo mat, baat karo mat, don't move, be still. Now comes Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga said, why can't I? I want to experience my mind. I want with my mind to think about Krishna, Mother Kali, Shiva. I want to dance, I want to sing, I want to be active. And I want to, through that process, merge with Krishna, Mother Kali, Divine Mother, Jagat Janani, with Shiva, and with my gurus. I want to merge with them through my love, devotion. That is another path to still your mind. And then comes Karma Yoga, selfless work, without expectation from anything. Uplift everybody. First point today we talked about. It is not standing first. That is sickness. That is not success, it is sickness. But making everybody come up with me. Maybe still you become first because of your greatness. But it's all right. You're compassionate to everybody, helping others to understand, whether in a student or in a office area or in a family samsara. Apply your mind. Elevate everybody little by little. That is Karma Yoga, selfless work. And then comes the supreme Jnana Yoga. In Jnana Yoga, you know. You just know it. You don't have to still your mind. You don't have to dance and be joyful and to purify your mind. This is here is knowingness. Like what? Think. 2 points. This glass is mine. You say, okay, all right. So what? This computer is mine. Okay, it is yours. You say, okay, yours. This hand is mine. Say, okay, it's your hand. But can I tell this glass is mine? Can I tell this glass is me? No. Can I tell this computer is mine? This computer is me? No. This hand is mine. Can I say this hand is me? Doubtful? No. It is not me. My wife, my husband, my children, my parent, my house, my car, they are my house, my wife, my husband, my car, but they are not me. I am Chidananda Rupaham Shivoham Shivoham. I am that lotus, but I share this samsara with everybody at equal manner. I know that I am not this hand, I am not this body, I am not this mind, I am not the intellect, I am not the ego, I am not the feeling. Mano, buddhi, chitta, ahankar, na aham. Shankaracharya. I am not that. And when I still my mind through Vedantic meditation, through mindfulness meditation, I come to that silent state where I see the light within. Mind settles down, calms down. Just like the deep sleep, you get into mini samadhi, silent. You will experience. You will see the light. With your eyes open, with your eyes closed. You will see the light. That light is that light of the light. Sat Prabha. It doesn't require somebody to light. You don't need a torchlight to show the sun. You are that matchstick. It has the power to create fire. Only thing it doesn't know how to strike it. I'm showing it to you. How to learn to be still. So Jnana Yoga shows it to you that you are that. You're not the hand, you're not the body, not the mind, not the glass. Before going to sleep, try this every night. And when you wake up in the morning, first thing, tell yourself, before going to sleep and first thing in the morning, as you wake up, I'm ready to go for the day. I'm delightfully awake and alive. I have work to do for the world. I'm going to make this world a better place to live. As you go down to wash your face, hey, smile into the mirror. Tell yourself, you are the guy who makes this world beautiful and you're going to make it beautiful. Before going to sleep, silently say Hum Sa or Aham Brahmasmi. Main hi Brahma hu. I am not this body. Just telling yourself and rejecting slowly. I am not this mind. I'm not this name Robbin Ghosh. I am not this form or the gender. This bed is not mine. This house is not me. This bed is not me. And I am the light of the light. Focus before going to sleep. Aham Brahmasmi. I am the Brahma of the Brahma. I am that silencing state of the mind. Just watch how beautiful sleep you will get. I'll end today's session with a small story. One guy who listened to a talk like this and said, okay, I've had enough of this samsara life. I am now going to go up to the mountain and sit on a rock and start meditating. And I want to realize God, Brahman, Ishvara. He goes to the rock, finds a nice looking rock, sits on it and meditating. After a while, he hears a little sound. He's in the jungle. He's used to jungle, but still, if you've ever been to a jungle, you will hear this whispering sound and little cracking of a twig. And if it is night, it's going to be frighten you like hell. I have been through it. It's really scary if you've ever been to a jungle at night. Thick jungle in a forest guest house. Just get out of the guest house, try and go 100 yards away from the guest house. You will run back. So he sits on and hears the sound. And he opens his eyes and looks. He sees under the grass there's a little fox. And he sees the fox has no legs. No front leg, no hind legs. All the four legs are missing. Somehow, the fox is without any leg. He is looking at the fox and feeling very empathetic and wondering, how is the fox looking so healthy? And as he's sitting, little later a lion comes and drops a nice big juicy piece of meat piece in front of the fox and goes away. And this wanting to be yogi, he says, I got a message from God. He's telling, you don't have to do anything. I will provide you food. He keeps on not going for food, not searching for food, meditating. But soon enough, one day gone, thirsty, hungry, second day gone, third day gone, he's miserable now. But he said, no, I don't want to get up. God will give me food. You know what? A yogi happened to come along. He was passing by the same jungle route. And he meets this guy and he says, hey, what are you doing? And this guy naturally was quite restless, but still ego, he was not wanting to get up. So he tells the yogi, I got a message from God. And he tells the story of the fox. See that fox? The lion comes and gives the meat every day. Last 2-3 days he's getting that meat. I'm seeing it. So I have decided God will give me food. I'm not going to get up. Like the lion is giving food to the fox. The yogi says, okay, it's very nice. You got the message from God. But tell me something. Why aren't you thinking that God is giving you a message to say, be like the lion and feed everything else in your life. Help everyone. That's the story for you and me. Jai Guru.